This is Google Pixel 9a with Gemini. Right now it's free at Verizon, with plans starting at $30 a line. And this is Nicole asking, where the heck are you? So you're gonna ask Gemini to text, I lost my phone on the couch, and then rewrite it to sound like Shakespeare. Because you're late, but still funny. Get Google Pixel 9a on us and our new 3-year price lock guarantee, with plans starting at $30 a line. Only on Verizon.
Oh, welcome back, fans. We are here for session 2 of our day 2 of preseason testing here in Elite Aspect F125. New game, new rules, no assists. Team principals will be in charge of their drivers, so we're out getting a bunch of data on our drivers. Oh, welcome back, fans. We are here for session 2 of our day 2 of preseason testing here in Elite, as we're about to get underway. So this is day 2. We're doing 3 days at Bahrain, and then next week we'll do 3 days at Spain. Again, 2 sessions a day. So this is session 2 on day 2 here at Bahrain. Got some new drivers in. Jonathan Mooney, NCA's back in. Folkmasters we saw earlier today. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we saw earlier today. .128 flat by Sabuka. Rev Rob, Young Lights, they were on the 128s, 129s, low 130s, and 131s across the board. You take a look at yesterday's test. We saw some 127s, high 127s, and some low 128s as well. So different conditions, everybody's running different testing simulations. Some are doing long runs, high fuel. We've seen probably a few qualifying sims. I don't think everybody's really done one. Well, we see some guys going out there for outlaps. Let me make sure I got everybody in here. Alright. And just seeing the guys getting out there on track. Hitting the wrong buttons. As we're just getting underway here for day 2, session 2 of Elite Aspect F125. Drivers just going around. Take a look at the tires. So King Kong on the mediums, everybody else on the hards. I think a couple drivers were complaining earlier. Hard tires were not that great. Yes, King Kong looks to be pushing along pretty good on the mediums, so we'll keep an eye on him as he's making his way down to that 9-10. Very, very difficult. DRS will open. You got to be really close coming out of 10 to make that DRS zone pass. Two turns 12 and 13. Down the hill, difficult braking zone, different apex to find. I think this will be our first real lap time set. The 133.313, so not bad. Whoa, Hulkmaster, sorry about that. Didn't mean to cut to you, and then Anksy is really hard on the brakes there. Gleason Harbor on the hard tires has done the fastest first sector. Of course, it's really just the first of the first sectors happening. Notice those hard tires take more than one lap to really break in, especially if you just do a normal out lap trying to warm up your tires and then a fast lap after it. You're better off doing a 2 half push laps and then trying to go for it. The first Ferraris we've seen out there today. I think someone joined in the last session late in a Ferrari. The 137. Zero was in the first session, in an Alpine as well. Out there on hards again. I think Zero did quite a few, just a few long stints, hards and mediums, and I think put on some softs there at the end of session 1 today. But for the most part, was doing long runs on hards and mediums. As we're just getting started here in our day 2, session 2 here at Bahrain for Lead Aspect F1 25. Lots of practice sessions, just gathering data, let the drivers gather data, let them get a feel for the new game, the running with no assists. I think that's Bundy in the Mercedes again. Went fast through Sector 2 on the hard tires. I think had a really good time. Did a 129.5 on the softs earlier today, as you can see there. Oakmaster just did a 132. Bundy comes across with a 131.3 on the hards. Linsky's not pushing. Zero's not pushing. First look at Jonathan Mooney. Again, those hard tires just might not be Anxiety struggling out there with the no traction control, it looks like. Gleason Harbor might be doing push lap to get out there. Young Lights, we haven't seen him yet today on the hard compound tires in front in the V-Carb. Racing Bull has purpled the first sector, down in turn 8. On the hard compounds, of course. Opens the DRS here. Make our way down in turn 11. Do a scramble up the hill. Doesn't look to be using too much energy here. Go fast, set the fastest second sector. And this could be in the 130s, 131. Uh, 132.5, but again, not pushing really. Just getting some laps done. As King Kong comes across again. Let's get out there on the soft compound tires. Let's pick on an outlap. Second outlap. Don't involve in the first yet, so. Lap. Just checking in on how the drivers are doing. First 10 minutes gone, so when you think about it, drivers have probably only done 3 or 4 laps so far. Maybe just a reconnaissance lap, get out there on a set of hards or mediums that you're not really gonna use too much. I think we did hear from Poison Harbor earlier that he was having some internet struggles, so unfortunate. We can try to see if we can invite him back in. Would be nice. Run on board with the young lights again to get inside fastest second sector. Not doing too much battery deployment here. Up to the 132.089. King Kong comes across right after him. That's that with a 131.876 now. So best overall, yeah. Looks like we've got Bundy in the Mercedes on the hard compounds. Did a 131.348 earlier, so I expect we'll see those times start to drop away a little bit. Eight tenths up, Bundy is. I have to watch corner cutting on that turn 14 there. We saw quite a bit of that earlier. 136, 130.6. Oh, Folkmaster's here. He looks like he's pushing on. Stayed in second gear a while there, up to 5th and 6th quickly. A little bit outside. Oh, actually manages to keep that on. I think well done there. Didn't get as good of an exit taking that much curb on that exit. Just enough curb done inside there, but not using the battery. Let's put right on board and see what kind of time we get here. Was able to get on the throttle early there, floated off just a touch, it sounded to me. But we'd like to see a nice consistent, don't cut the corner too much. Let's see what the lap time is. Or are we coming into the pits? We got the 2 Ferraris here line astern. Jonathan on an outlap, 1 speed behind him. Doesn't look to be pushing on. Warming those tires up, saving that battery. I was a Mooney on an outlap too, so Zero doing. We'll check in on Zero real quick. Goes a little wide into turn one. Again, these guys are just out here practicing. They're testing. So what can you get away with? Maybe change your braking line. Maybe figure something out going into that turn one. He was just testing a new braking point to see if he can make it work. You know, these drivers are adjusting brake balances and stuff like that, so Poison Harbor and AMS Vettel got in here. And I believe was fastest overall yesterday. We got a few drivers in the pits. Linsky on a push lap here. Down into turn 10. Slight lockup. I think handled that pretty nicely. Pretty tidy through there. I flanked the apex there in 11. Power on up the hill. Not much battery left here, but I don't think this is a lap. Might be alright. That's slight improvement to 132. Picked it on Zero on a push lap on the hards, and then we'll slip back to some other drivers who I think are changing their tires. Thought it said Zero just purpled the first sector there. This game, I don't know, purpled into first sector for him or for everybody. I don't know what it really does. You gotta keep an eye on kind of what it says. I wish there were mini sectors. That would be fantastic. Weird. I'm out of speed into turn 11 there. They're 6 tenths down. 6 tenths up, should I say. Alright. Around 135. We're on the hard compound tires, so. A little improvement there, 133.2. Been on hard tires. Using a little bit of battery. Nice apex there. Tony's still out there doing an outlap on another set of hards. Folkmaster across the line on the Aston Martin just set the fastest time of the session on the medium compound tires with a 130 flat. I think changing tires is big around here, but there's supposed to be high degradation around Bahrain, so getting the window for the tires right is always difficult. As Winsky's pushing on, looks like that 132 average. No. Checking on some of the drivers. Hopefully that wasn't an issue there with those two. Master should be doing a cool down. Bundy is as well. Nicely done through there. I think might be on for a pretty good lap here on the hard compounds. Did a 131.471. 31 flat. Bundy on the hard compound on a push lap. Didn't catch the sector time from sector 1. Long sector 2. Very short sector 3. As far as timing between them. Came in late there. Turn 11. Still pushing up the hill though. Looks like 6/10 down. Probably gonna pull out of that lap. I don't think Vettel was pushing. He kind of was. See where we're at. 2/10 up on the sector. Or down. That was... Zero up with a 131.5, still on the hard compounds, I believe. Poison Harbor didn't improve on that lap. Oh, Nestor on a push lap again on those mediums. See where we're at, come out of sector 2 here. Two-tenths up, it looks like. I'll stay on board. Hope we're not gonna... Probably should be going. Little wide, little deep. Pretty good time here. 130.148. That's the fastest so far today, or this session at least. Bundy's still on the pits. Vettel's still out there on the hards. Looks like he's on a push lap. Is that Alpine getting out of the way, or looks like it? Again, 2/10. 2/10 up. Could break us. Well, getting down on the 130s would be nice for Vettel here. I think the softs are 2 seconds a lap faster. Little improvement there, 4/10, so. Couple drivers in the pitch, Jonathan Mooney out there. Poison Hunter still out there. We've got King Kong and Bundy on outlaps. Mediums for Bundy. Hards for King Kong. Roadmaster's still on the mediums. Definitely not a push lap. think might be going for one here though. Right on board is makes his way through the Bahrain circuit here in Elite Aspect F125. Preseason testing, day 2, session 2. Took as much corner off of 2 there as possible. Into turn 4. Not too far. Very nice. Fifth sector time. 200s down. 300s almost. Of course, it flashes the purple sector down into turn 8. Interesting braking zone. Interesting acceleration zone coming out of that one as well. Difficult turn 10. Able to get on the power coming out. Burn some energy. Making our way down this DRS straight. And going too far wide. Rear end came out just a little bit there, but was able to control it. Nice coming up in turn 11 there. Turn 13. A little bit wide. Difficult braking zone there as well. It feels like the track's falling away from you. Didn't see the sector 2 time there. Still would like to see this time. 1:32.8, so definitely pulled out of that one a little bit. We got some traffic up here. Drivers close together on track. He's pushing on the medium. Only 700s up on his time. Down. Positive turn 13. That's not going to do it. Let's check the time. Into the pits, it looks like. Yeah, I could have done a 131, 132 there. That'll cross in the line. Wanna push that? DRS open? Yeah. We'll lock up there into turn 4. We're gonna get on the throttle and get out of it. A little bit of a lock up, but pretty tidy through turn 10 there. On the throttle, burn some energy. Turn 11 up the hill. Put the foot in. Get this one right, you're pretty much home set. Not turning in too early, very nice. Out of the way comes the V-carb. Vettel with a 130 flat on the hard compound. Times are dropping out there. We're not even halfway through this session 2 of day 2 here for Elite Aspect F125. As we'll check in here. So I'm just checking on tires. That on 8-lap-old hards. Bundy did his best on a medium, 5-lap-old medium. Young Lex has put in quite a few laps. There's a little lock up there from Vettel chasing behind one of the V-carbs, so hopefully that wasn't an issue there. About half the drivers in the pits. We're halfway done here, so Young Lights is on the outlap on the mediums. Maybe we'll just keep an eye on him. I'll take a quick break to get something to drink, and we'll come back and do a second half and go over everything again as far as how the practice sessions have gone so far, and talk about these drivers hopefully soon putting on some softs, running low fuel, and giving us some exciting quality simulations. Alright, so as we come back here for Elite Aspect F125 preseason testing here, Session 2 of day 2. Young Light's still on 129.9 on the mediums. Bettel still on the hards. Best with a 129.5. Boys from Harbor coming across the line with a 133.777. Just about 4/10 faster. Money looks to be on a fast lap here, starting one at least. Thanks for way through the fast right left-hander here. Down into turn 8, which is another tricky braking zone. Trying to move out wide to get to the apex. But the car slowed down and turned in there well. A little bit wide on turn 10, I mean a little bit late on the apex there, but was able to get the car slowed down with not too much of a hassle. Looks to stay in 5th gear. Making a good run here. Turn 13. On the power. You make up a lot of time here if you get a great exit. Just being faster on this straight than everybody else helped. First line with a 133.718. Couple drivers on out laps. Boys in Harbor might be pushing. I think Young Lights and Folk Masters are still pushing a little bit. Young Lights just at the fastest time of the day, or the session. Bundy might be on another push lap here on the mediums. And I don't think he's set a time on soft yet at all today, so. He's 4/10 down on, I think, his best time. So, still on the mediums. Still pushing. Wide out of there. As coming hits. Not sure if Young Legs is on a push lap or not, but already has the fastest time this session. 129.461. Still looking for these guys to really put on a set of softs and go for it. If they decide to do that, they may not. Ferraris are line astern here. Onski putting in a lap and being a good teammate. Oh, looks like they're both on laps here. As they make their way down the DRS straight into turn 4. Both on soft tires. Vettel comes in with a 128.8. Very wide there from Onski. Jonathan Mooney to get by. See what kind of lap he's on here. In through the final turns. Coming into the pits. Pick in on 0. Sorry. Still running out there on the softs. Looks like those compounds are starting to come down as we see 0 lap softs. Young Lights' best time is on a medium. So is Bundy's. On an out lap again on mediums. Off the line, Poison Harbor goes 134 flat. Should be able to go on a push lap now on the soft. Plenty of battery. Keep an eye on him as we've got quite a few drivers in the pits and a few on. That'll might be on another push lap. Doesn't look like it. Young Light's on an out lap. Looks like he's about to start one. I think Pokemasters is as well. Late apex into turn 1 there. Nice. 2/10 up, down though, high. And an invalidation there. Young Lights was behind. Not on push lap, it doesn't look like. Vettel might be trying to push a little bit on this lap as well. Picking on Bundy. All the drivers are out on track at the moment. A lot going on. Alright, let's pick it up with King George on a fast lap. He's got Racing Bull behind him. Run lights, which should be pushing as well. Kind of felt pretty good through there. Almost 2 tenths up on his best. Nice and tidy through turn 10 there. Hope we can stay far enough back, also get a little bit of a scrap. Oh, an invalidation, but hopefully he carries on. Wide in front of the Red Bull. Gotta let him by. Ooh, lost the rear end there. Unfortunate. I thought that was a pretty good lap. Looks like we've got lots of drivers coming into the pits. Master didn't do the fastest first sector, maybe? Looks like he's on a push lap. We're right on board with him. Best is a 129.5. Real deep into turn 10 there. I think he's continuing on. Oh, unfortunate. Was able to keep it. Good save, actually. Well done there to keep it without hitting the wall. One ski is in a wall. Looks like. Trying to back it out. And then Pokemasters checks into the pits. About 15 minutes and we'll be done here for session 2 on day 2 here of Bahrain preseason testing for Elite Aspect F125. Winding down the minutes. Not on a push lap, a couple drivers on out laps. And then the drivers in the pits, I assume, are coming out soon with a pair of soft tires. Poison Harbor decides to keep going. Got full battery charge, so maybe trying to put in a good lap here. As the track is empty. Plenty of clear air ahead. Not using 2 tons of much battery here. On pace for his best time. We'll pick up on Young Lights again, who is on his lap. On these salt compound tires. 10 minutes to go here in Elite Aspect F125 preseason testing. We're day 2 here, session 2 of day 2. Unfortunate that this lap will not count on the leaderboard, but hopefully he continues pushing and completes the lap just so we can see that time. Looks like he's backed out. I think Zero's out there pushing pretty hard, making his way down into turn 8 here. Downhill braking zone. Cars moving back and forth, lots of lateral movement. Change in direction. Aston Martin warming his tires up in front of him. Gotta be Folk Master. Too much of the apex there, a little bit wide. Didn't invalidate. Might be a good lap here. Bella just did a 127.848. Zero moves to second with a 128.9. Good lap there from Zero, absolutely. Vettel on a cooldown lap now. Hawkmaster should be on a push lap here. Running on board through 6 and 7, the changing direction is so unreal. Again, this braking zone, as you're trying to come back to the other side of the track to steepen the curve, or flatten the curve, down into turn. Oh, that's going to be an invalid. Hopefully he pushes on. Then we got a 129.5 on the board. At least take it to the end of the sector to see where you're at. 6/10 down. I'm gonna put him at a 130. Hero's coming in the pits again. Jason Harbor's out there on an outlet, so keep an eye on that one. Jonathan in the pits, one ski. Still on the medium tires. What we got? Yep, it's young lights again. Just coming out of turn 3. On a push lap, it looks like. Almost 2/10 up on the second sector. Able to get slowed down and turned into turn 4 there. I mean turn 8, I'm sorry. Through 9 and 10. Fairly tidy. We're going to keep this foot in, up through turn 11 and 12. That's the fastest second sector we've seen. As we make our way into the final turn. Was able to use some of that curve inside and didn't cut the corner, open the DRS and come across the 128.8. Was a little bit of an improvement, I do believe. I don't think either of those two are doing anything right now. Nope. Take a look at AMS Vettel on the soft compound tires. Looks like he's going for a push lap here. Pick the braking zone. Just before 100 meters maybe. Hit that apex very well. Was able to take some curve on the inside, turn 2 there, through turn 3, open the DRS. Make our way down to turn 4. Interesting apex. Different lines can be taken through there. 6 and 7, right to left, down the hill. Very tidy through there. Then turn 8, up the hill, down the hill to turn 9 and 10, which is always difficult. This is a good lap, I do believe. Two tenths up on his fastest. A 127.6 doable here. $127.6. Wow, Mr. Vettel, hats off. Nice lap time, sir. We'll see if both Masters here is still pushing on. 28, 29 flat. So it would have been his best. And his Bundy's coming across. A little wide there. Oh, almost held on to it. Across the line for Poison Harbor. Very close with the 132.295 now. Oh, and a little shimmy there from Vettel. I don't think he was about to start a hot lap either, so we'll keep an eye on Young Lights. I believe he's about to. Zero is on one now, sitting in third with a 128.9. Like to improve on that. Hopefully the Racing Bull in front doesn't get too audacious. Unable to hang on, so Alright, Mr. Young Lights, here's your chance to show the world. As the Mercedes comes in front, hopefully gets out of the way. Young Lights is retired. Zero might be about to start a lap. Poison Harbor. Hopefully we can put in a really good lap here at the end. Like zeros on a lap here. A little bit of a slipstream ahead. See what our time is from the first sector here for zero. He's 1/10 down on his best. Yeah, turn 10, pretty nice there. Doesn't have a ton of battery though. I don't know if he's got enough to last him the rest of the lap to really hit it. Especially out of turn 13 going into the final turn. It's a lot to use down that straight. Not too wide. I think past the second sector, it looks like. As we're ending, the session here today. So day 2, session 2. As we're going to watch zero cross the line here. Thought he improved, yes, to a 128.8. Right at the end. And King George is still out there, but giving us fans and everybody a nice cheer. Giving us a send off here. We appreciate that. But yeah, that's going to do it here for day 2, session 2 here at Bahrain International for Elite Aspect F125. Just trying to bring the drivers to you so you can see what everybody's about. Getting plenty of data on the drivers, so that's 4 one-hour practice sessions that we've done so far. I'm pretty sure we've had more than 20 drivers compete or get their name in the hat as far as attending these practice sessions and who's going to be getting a spot into the draft for team principals to draft their drivers and their team lineup. So that's going to do it for today. That's our final standings with Vettel with a 127.6. That's pretty well similar to what he did yesterday, as I showed you earlier. So yeah, and those consistent times of those 128s to 129s, that's what we're kind of seeing progress here. Of course, we don't know what these drivers are doing as far as their strategies and run plans and things that they're trying to accomplish. So yeah, very good, another practice session, very good day today here in Bahrain. We'll come back with you tomorrow for another 2 practice sessions at 1600 and 1400, I believe. No, 1400 and 1600. That's British Standard Time, I believe. We'll hit you up again and come with you for back to Bahrain for another practice session. And we appreciate you guys watching. We will see you on the next one.